Hi, I'm Brandon Grant, Marketing Director here at QuoteWerks. In version 5.2 Build 1, we released a new Dell Punchout integration. We're first going to demonstrate how you can utilize the Dell Punchout integration to retrieve Dell Order Requisitions and place the order directly from within QuoteWerks, then we'll walk through the setup. This integration seamlessly imports any Dell requisitions from the Premier Partner Portal directly into QuoteWerks, instead of you having to copy and paste or even manually enter the line item information. We're then able to deliver the document to the client as you typically would in QuoteWerks, and once the client is ready to move forward, we can even place the order directly so you can continue to use QuoteWerks from start to finish for your quoting and ordering. One thing to keep in mind is that this integration does require the QuoteWerks real-time module. If you are unsure whether you have the real-time module or not, simply contact our sales team and they can review your account with you. So let's get started. On the grid toolbar of the Document Items tab in QuoteWerks, you will see a little icon with a D on it. Click on this icon to initialize the Dell integration. A new Import Dell Premier window will appear. You simply need to follow the instructions starting with Open Dell Premier website. In order for this integration to work, you must start from within QuoteWerks by clicking on this button. QuoteWerks will then launch your web browser and open the Dell Premier site for you so you can start building your order requisition. If you already have an existing eQuote or order created by yourself or Dell, you can import it into QuoteWerks using this integration. For our example, we're going to start from scratch and begin selecting items and adding them to the shopping cart. After making your selections and customizing the features, add the items to your cart, and then click on the Create Order Requisition button. You'll see the Verify and Submit screen give you a chance to make any changes before submitting the order requisition, and as long as everything looks good, click on the Submit Order Requisition button. A confirmation will now appear from QuoteWerks in your web browser, directing you to go back into QuoteWerks. In QuoteWerks, you'll now see the Grayed Out Import Items button is now available, and you can click on it to import your order requisition into QuoteWerks. Now that your items are in QuoteWerks, you can make any adjustments to these items as needed. Add markups, include subtotals, group items together. All of the functionality of QuoteWerks is available since these items have now been imported into your Document Items tab. After you have submitted the document to your client and they have approved to move forward, you are then able to actually place the order from QuoteWerks directly to Dell. To do this, click on File, Convert to Order. This step may have been automated for you. If your customer accepted via Quote Valet, you would have already been prompted to convert this quote to an order. This is a required step in order to submit this document to Dell. If you do not convert the quote to an order, when we go to the purchasing window in QuoteWerks, it will not recognize these items as ready for ordering. To access the purchasing window in QuoteWerks, simply click on Tools, Purchasing, or click on the purchasing icon in your toolbar in QuoteWerks. If these are the only items you need to purchase with Dell at this time, set the vendor as Dell and select your items for purchase by checking the box next to them. Once you have selected your items, simply click on the Place Online Order button. This will open up the Dell Order Form window. From here, you can set the shipping and billing information, your PO number that you would like to use. You also have the option to choose your payment option, whether you want to use terms that you have set up with Dell or for them to use the credit card on file. The PO description and ref ID fields are used internally for QuoteWerks and are not required. Once you're ready to submit the order, click Validate the Order, and then click Submit to place the order directly with Dell. This will then prompt you to create a PO in QuoteWerks so you can manually track the items from shipping to receiving, including serial numbers if you wish. If you only want to create the PO and not submit the order electronically to Dell, click on the Create PO button instead. You've now successfully selected, quoted, and ordered items from Dell directly inside of QuoteWerks. Okay, now that we have demonstrated how to use the integration, let me show you how easy it is to set up. So we'll need to add our Dell Punchout credentials to QuoteWerks. This is different than your Dell Premier portal information. These are credentials that are going to be specifically for QuoteWerks. If you do not have these, contact our support team. We can give you instructions on how to obtain them. So in QuoteWerks, click on Tools, Options, Real-Time Setup. Click on the Dell tab and add your Dell Punchout credentials to the username and password fields. You may have been provided a URL to use for your credentials. If so, add it here. If you haven't been provided one, you can leave it blank. The item requisition field is set to custom text 20 by default. This field is required to place orders through Dell. If you're using this custom text field in QuoteWerks for something else, you can reassign it to another field. Otherwise, just use this default setting. Click OK to save your changes in the real-time window, and then click OK again to cancel out of the options window. You should now see a Dell icon on your grid toolbar. If you do not, you may need to close QuoteWerks and restart it, and then the icon will appear on your toolbar. The Dell integration is an easy-to-use feature that can help your sales team funnel more of your sales processes through QuoteWerks instead of having to jump between various systems. This will help minimize manual entry and ensure proper workflow. Thanks for watching.